Hey there YouTube, welcome to Lux Lumen GR. Today I'm going to give you guys my full review on the MiBoxer C4 Smart Charger. Some pronounce it MiBoxer, I pronounce it MiBoxer, exact same thing. So I'm going to start off with the box first, then we'll go through the contents, then we'll go through the functions and the battery, stuff like that. So this is the front of your box, gives you a couple of features on the front right here. Then you have the side of the box. Gives you all the batteries that it does. It does the lithium ion, the lithium iron phosphate, which is the LiPo batteries, IMRs, INR, ICRs, anywhere from the 10340s all the way up to the 26650s. Also does the nickel metal hydrate and the NiCad batteries, AA's, AAA's, quad A's, and the C's. Here's the back of the box. I'll hold it right there so you guys can pause it and take a look at it. It gives you the product parameters and the product features. And then just a couple more symbols on the side of this box right here. Standard top of the box. Very good box. Just like the other good chargers out there, like the Nycor, stuff like that. Exact same box is all it is. So what we'll do is I'll give you guys one more shot of that so you guys can pause it, see all the batteries it does. Now it does not do D batteries. It will do 26650s, one in this bay and then one in this bay, and you can run two 18650s right here. So 26650, 26650, and two 18650s in the center. It will hold those. I do not have an 26650 battery with me to show you guys, so unfortunately I won't be able to give you guys that demonstration with that battery. It does come with 3 years full warranty on it. So let's start with unboxing it. I suggest unboxing it upside down because the cord is inside of it. And then once you pull the slide out, the cord would fall out if you were to open it face up. So here's your battery, or your cord. Standard US DC plug right here. It may be available in the Euro style plugs, I'm not quite sure. Set that off to the side. Here is a AAA battery adapter. Put on either side here, or you can run them in the middle. It doesn't really matter. I'll show you guys really quick. Basically, just slip it in there like that. That's it. Runs in the middle. Runs everywhere on both sides. So let me pull the charger out really quick. There we go. There's the charger. Now let me go through the owner's manual. I'll show you guys the owner's manual really quick. It's the owner's manual. It's a trifold owner's manual. The writing on it is very tiny. If it were one more fold wider, they would be able to make the print on this a little bit bigger, make them easier to read instead of having to get your bifocals out to read it. Anyways, it gives you the introduction, features, parameters, the LCD display introduction, the operating instructions all the way through, and then it gives you the precautions, and it gives you the warranty information. That's that. So here's the charger. It is a bit bigger than the Nycor Digicharger, the D4. So it's a little bit taller, a little bit wider, has a larger display. The dimensions on this is 6 3/16 of an inch long. The width on it across here is 4 inches. The depth height from the bottom to the highest point of it is 1 3/8 of an inch. Then you have your display. Your display measured diagonally this way is 3 3/4 of an inch. Horizontally it is 3 3/8 of an inch, and from the top of the display to the bottom of the display is 1 3/4 inches tall total. The weight on this, I'll give you guys both the ounces and the grams. The ounces is 10.125 ounces for the weight on this, and also the grams is 286.9 grams, so 287 grams total for the weight of this thing here. Very, very good build quality on this. Got a little bit of stuff on there. Very, very, very good build quality on this. There's no burrs. There's no bad seams. There's no big gaps. Everything is buttoned up nice and tight. This is a flame retardant don't know if it's an ABS plastic but I know it's a flame retardant. Very, very hard plastic. It's got great cutouts right here along the very bottom and along the sides and along the top up there. Right here you have your plug-in, and then you have your DC car charger plug-in, 12 volt DC car charger plug-in. If you guys have one, it does not come with one. It just only comes with the standard plug itself. But if you do have a 12 volt DC charger for your car, you can charge this thing on the go. Has very good rubber stoppers on the bottom right here. You set it down, and it's very. I'm putting it nice and loose. Very good. So it sticks very well. Also has the cooling fins in the back, as you can see inside there. And then here is the very back of it. It gives you the model number, the input, the output, the current, and the capability of the batteries that it can charge, along with those other features that are on the side of the box. Also, as you can see inside there, they got double dimples on the positive terminals, all 4 of them, and then again with the negative terminals, they got double dimples on those as well, just to get a better contact with the battery itself. These are very springy, very tight, not very tight, but really tight, to where that if you use this after 6 months, they're still going to hold their retention without being too loose, like some chargers will have a nice smooth. These are also smooth, but they'll have a nice smooth, less tension on them, the battery terminals themselves, until 6 months comes along and they're all worn in. The springs are worn out a little bit and they're kind of loose. Well, these ones will not be like that. They're really good tension right now. They'll hold up their tension over time as well. And like I said, you get the adapter for the AA's, or the AAA's, excuse me. And you could also use this for AA's, because some AA's are pretty thin, like this Eneloop right here, this Eneloop Pro. It's a nickel metal hydrate AA battery. It'll fit. Well, let me see if I can do this without looking in the camera. It'll fit. Come on now. There we go. It's just me being stubborn with my fingers. It'll fit in there perfectly, make perfect contact with the very, very top, and it won't slide back and forth and around. So you have a choice of using it with your AA's or your AAA's. Mainly for your AAA's, I'm not quite sure what quad A's are. I'm not sure if they're a smaller, skinnier battery or if they're just a shorter, kind of fatter battery. I'm not even quite sure. But what I'll do is, when we come back to this video, I'm going to give me a second or two to come back, and I'll have this thing set up for us to plug it in and put the batteries in and see how the functions are. Oh, one more thing. You have your slot button, selection button up here, and your mode button here. Other chargers have them on the sides, which makes it kind of a pain in the butt at night. These things don't light up bright, like they don't light up at all, but during the night, because they are a brighter yellow, you will be able to see them quite easy. To get it, the display, you can also turn the display on and off. It goes off after 3.5 minutes, but if you put your batteries in there and you want to go to sleep and the display is still on, all you have to do is just hold the slot button down for a second, and the display will turn off. It'll go to this gray look right here, but then you'll have all the readout of the batteries and stuff like that in a black, which is very good. Every single one of these bays charges at 800 milliamps independently from each other. So this one's 800 milliamps regardless of the size of the battery. This one's 800 milliamps. This one's 800 milliamps. This one's 800 milliamps. So it runs 800 milliamps through the whole charger, each battery, each bay, independently from each other. So they will not downgrade. Some chargers, like the Nicor D4, if you put a battery in here, it'll be like, I think it's maybe 1.5, maybe 1 amp. I'm not quite sure. And then if you put a second battery in, both these terminals right here, both these channels will jump down to 750 milliamps each. Then if you put a fourth battery, or a third battery and a fourth battery in there, all the terminals on the Nicor D4 will jump down to 350 or 375 milliamps. So basically this charger right here charges the batteries better than the D4, because it allows it to each independent one have 800 milliamps of free-flowing juice to each battery without downgrading the more batteries that you put in. And I am very tired right now, so if I slip up on this review, please excuse it. I've been up very late for the past couple of days with work and stuff like that, so please bear with me. But when we come right back to this, I'll have this thing set up on a little platform so it'll have a little less angle, or more of an angle on it, so the display is easier to read. And then we'll go through the batteries, putting them in, showing how the functions work and stuff like that. Okay guys, now we're back. I have it set up on display. I have the cord plugged in. I'm going to plug it in while you guys can see it on display, so you guys know exactly what it does when it plugs in. There you go. I also like to show another safety feature to this. For those that get little trinkety and stuff like that and want to take stuff apart, this thing will discharge itself, the inside. Once you unplug it, the display will stay on for a couple seconds and use up all the juice that there is inside it. So I'll show you guys a demonstration of that. So yeah, basically just discharged itself. So, but again, for your guys' own safety, just in case it, there is a little bit of juice in there, make sure you guys, ground everything out and stuff like that. So this is your display. It shows the C4, which is the brand, not the brand, but the model of the charger, and it shows you all 4 bays. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up. I mean, you guys can still see it like that, but I like to hold it up, get a better clear view. I'm going to put a 18650 in here. This is a Panasonic NCR 18650B protected cell battery. You can see the little protected cell right there. And it runs down the side of the battery right there, the terminal does, and then it runs to the other part, so we're right next to the positive. So I'm going to set this thing in here, show you guys what it does. Pop out, I'll say 3.91 volts. And you can see how it's slowly climbing, or what it's doing, it's pretty much testing the battery to see what it can handle. And once it gets to 350 milliamps, it will stop, it'll read the battery again, and then it should jump up to 800 milliamps for the battery. And there we go. So now we will go to, I'll put this one in the 4th slot. Actually, no, I'll put it right here next to it. Put it right next to it, and jumps to slot 2. Automatically shows that it's a lithium-ion battery. It's constant current, and the current is on high right now. You can switch out the currents from high to low, and on low it'll run at 350 milliamps. So boom, jumps up to 800. So that one's 800, that one's 800. Let's put another lithium-ion battery. This one right here is an Olight 14500 3.7 volt 750 milliamp battery. It's a lithium-ion as well, so it should pop up lithium-ion as soon as I put this thing in here. There we go, lithium-ion. And looks like this guy's almost charged, so I'm not sure if it'll show the full amount of juice that's going to put into it. No, it's not. So right now it's at 1.31 milliamps for the juice, and it'll slowly just trickle charge that down until this battery reaches its max capacity in voltage inside the battery itself. So instead of it like other chargers will sometimes, run it at 400 or not 400, 350, or if you put it into the single side here, it'll be at 1 amp. Sometimes I don't trickle charge down to a lower current once the battery reaches 420. Once the battery reaches 420, it'll just shut off. Well, this one will actually put it in there until it's completely full, and as you can tell, this one right here is full, which is perfect. Now this 4th bay right here, I'm not sure if I said it earlier in the previous part, but this 4th bay discharges batteries as well. Now I've discharged these 18650s before, but I've never discharged this, so I'm not sure what the current is going to be on this, if it still may be at 400 milliamps, which it normally does for the regular 18650s, or if it's going to drop down. I'm not sure. But I do have the choice of changing it from high to low if I wish to. Now they say that batteries that have a capacity of less than 1200 milliamps, you're going to want to change the charging current from high to low. Now I'll show you how to do that. You press the battery, or press the mode button, the battery starts blinking. Press the mode button again, the current starts blinking. You hold it down, and it'll go to low. But right now this battery is full, so you can't quite see it. But then you can just hold it back again and put it to high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over into this slot, the 4th slot, which discharges. It's in the slot. There we go. It'll start recharging. And this 4th slot reads the crap out of these batteries, more than the other three slots do. So while that's catching up, I have an Eneloop Pro AA battery. It is a nickel metal hydrate. The capacity on this battery is 2,550 milliamps. And I'm going to put it in the 3rd slot here. The 3rd slot should start flashing and blink up, and it should tell me if it's a nickel metal hydrate or not. Yep, instantly pops up the NIM battery, and we'll see what it goes to for charging amperage. So it stops at 150, which means it'll probably just go to 350 to 400 milliamps for its normal charging. Oh no, it stops at 300. So it'll go to 300 milliamps for the NiCad battery. So that's on high. If I wanted to, I could switch it to low. Now, as you can see, when I press the mode button, when I have the lithium-ion batteries, normally that battery symbol right there will start blinking. This one doesn't give you the option, so that's another safety feature to this. It will not let you accidentally switch the battery from a NiCad or a NIM battery to a lithium-ion while it's on the charger. So that's a good safety feature right there. It will only let you do that. I'm going to put that back on high. And that's it. So right now it's at 300. This guy's full. That one's at 800. That one's at 800. Let me see if I can find another battery really quick to put in here that's somewhat charged, where it'll show you guys that this does do 300 or 800 milliamps per slot. Let's see what this is at. Please don't be full. And it's pretty close to it. Well, we'll see what it does. It's reading the battery. 111. Huh. Better play that lottery, guys. 3-digit. Give it a couple more seconds. It'll start reading it fully again. And it should ramp up to... Looks like this battery is almost charged. May not go to 800 milliamps. 350, and it should jump to... Come on, go to 800. Close enough. This battery is almost fully charged as well. So I'll take this back out. We'll put the smaller 14500 battery in there, and we will discharge it. Hopefully, if it shows that it is full again. Let's see really quick. It's taking its time, reading the battery. Continues to read the battery. Now it's going to start back there again. It'll ramp up. It'll go to 20, and it should show full. So let's get into the discharge mode. So what you do is you press the mode button. The battery will start blinking. Press the mode button again. Current will start blinking. Press the mode button again, and this one start blinking. When that's blinking, you hold down, and you'll see arrows right there will pop up. And now it is discharging the battery at 400 milliamps. So that's good. Let's see what it does on low. Hold it down for low. It'll jump to 200 milliamps. But I want to bring it back to high. Whoops. My bad. Bring it back to high. And we will discharge that battery. So now that some of these batteries are full, I'll take this one out. Hopefully this one fills up while I'm still talking. Then I'll give you guys a look as to how accurate the display is on the voltage. So like I said before, this display will turn off after 3.5 minutes of no use. So if you don't put nothing in there, it's been sitting for 3.5 minutes, every battery, then it'll go to the its sleep mode basically, and it will shut down. And I'll show you how you guys can manually shut it down. Is you just hold the slot button And there you go. That's off. Hit the slot button again to turn it on, and that's it. So right now, this battery here is saying it's at 420, but it's not. So when I pull this back like this, turn it off, put it back in, it should give me a reading. So 4.17 is what it should be reading. So I'll pull that out. Get my little multimeter here. I'll turn it on. Hopefully you guys can see it with the display down there. Let's see. Let's hook this guy here. This guy here. Oops. Come on now. There's your 417. So it's very accurate on the display as to what the voltage is in each battery. And this is very accurate. It does shut off every single time a battery hits its peak full charge. I've never had one continue to charge. I've never had nothing, no errors pop up. Like I said, it does have reverse polarity protection, so what I will do is I will take this battery back out and I'll put it in reverse. So this is the negative side, this is the positive side. I will slide it in just like that, and it gives me an error. So that's it. Now whoops, sorry about that, guys. With the protected cells, this little protection circuit right here, it runs through and it connects to the other negative on this side, right next to the positive. But when these things do overcharge or under discharge, or over discharge, I mean, this little circuit right here will open up, and you have to reset the circuit before you can start charging the battery again. So by doing that, you have to put it into a good charger that will select and know that that battery is discharged. It'll do a small trick like that right there, how this thing does it for every single battery. It'll give it a small little charge. Then what you do is you would take your battery back off and put it back on again, and then it should start charging, no problem. This thing can help recover damaged cells as well, ones that have been sitting for a couple years, like in the laptop batteries, stuff like that. People take them apart, they pull the batteries out. This charger can kind of save those batteries and bring them back to life. So it's another good feature about this charger as well. So we went over the discharge, we went over the amperage, the milliamps, we went over the voltage, how to get through to switch to the battery, stuff like that. Oh, so let me show you one more thing. This thing does do the lithium-ion 4.35 volt batteries, and it does the LiFePO batteries, which is the lithium iron phosphate batteries. How you do that is, I think it will auto detect the 4.35 volts, but it will not auto detect the LiFePO batteries according to the manual. So what you have to do is switch to it manually. So you'd have to press the mode button until that blinks. You hold it again, it'll go to that, and you hold it again, then it'll go to LiFePO batteries. But you switch back to lithium ion. So that's how you do it. You wait till it's blinking, you press down once, you press down again, then it goes to the LiFePO. I'll bring it back to that. And again, it does come with a full 3-year warranty on it. Also, a flame retardant ABS type of plastic. Very hard, very rigid. This is a very good charger. Right now with all these things on here, none of these batteries are warm. There's barely any little bit of heat coming out of the back of this thing here. So it does charge very cool. It's not air cooled. It is air cooled. It's not fan cooled. So for it being an air cooled internals, it does very, very well. So it does read the temperature of both the inside of the charger and for the batteries themselves. So another safety feature is that, like I said, reverse polarity protection, over discharge protection, overcharging protection, and short circuit protection. So lots of protections on this thing, lots of safety features, great features themselves with it, charging at 800 milliamps per battery, 400 milliamps for the NiCads and the nickel metal ones. So again, they're very good terminals. Got the little adapter right here that comes with it for the AAA's. Then you get just a regular power cord, and you get your owner's manual, stuff like that. So, all in all, great charger. Right now, these chargers are not being sold in stores. What you would have to do is contact them through the link that I put onto their website, for their website, in the description of this video. You can go there and contact them through their website. They will sell in bulk. I do know that. They sent me this charger to do a review on it for them, but it's not available right now for purchase. So if you are a store that does sell chargers, even a smoke shop store that sells, it sells e-cigarettes, stuff like that, you sell the batteries, sell the chargers, and if you're a flashlight store, stuff like that, that sells chargers, and you want to get this charger into your store, or even get a sample of it just to see exactly how well it works and do your own testing on it, you can contact them through their website in the link that I'm going to leave below in this description. So if you guys liked this this review, please hit the like button, and please subscribe for more future reviews on stuff like this, the chargers, and also flashlights and other techie LED stuff like that. So until the next review, I'll see you guys later.